Lay down, Scout. Good girl. We just sat down to supper. I was hungry enough to eat the apple that Mom had put before me. Pass the potatoes, I called out. Ma raised an eyebrow. Mind your manners, Ginny, she scolded. That's no way to talk. Then my pipsqueak brother Jack piped up. I always remember to use the magic word, he said, like he had a little halo over his head. I want you to think about what is that magic word that they're referring to. Drat that, Jack. Sometimes I wish I were a dog. My dog never says please, and no one thinks a thing about it. Easy life old Red has got, lying in the sun all day, scratching his skin, and an occasional bark at a crow or a cat. I grabbed a chicken leg as the platter went sailing by and tore into it, pretending I was a dog with a bone. Arr! Chew with your mouth closed, Ginny girl, Pa said sternly. No one wants to see what's going on inside your mouth. And please use your napkin, added Mom. You've got gravy on your chin. Ginny's disgusting, said Jack, making a show of cutting his chicken into teeny tiny, polite pieces. I spit out a piece of gristle and wiped at my mouth. Wish they'd all just leave me alone. Scout eats with his mouth open, and she never uses a napkin. They don't pick on her. Why couldn't I be a dog like Scout? There was some of Ma's sweet-tasting, mouth-watering cherry pie for dessert. Mine was gone in less than it takes to pinch Jack on his ear. I said, running my tongue over my plate to get the last sticky drops of cherry juice. You sure make the best pie in the world, Mom. How about a second helping? Ginny May Perkins, said Mom. You know when your mom uses your middle name, you really know you're going to get in trouble. You're hopeless. It's not good enough manners to lick your plate. And no one... Let's try that again. It's not good manners to lick your plate. And one helping of pie ought to be enough for a girl your size. But I'm growing, I said, wondering why she hadn't noticed that. Seems like she only looks at me to see my manners. Anyway, what's wrong with licking your plate? It's a sign of respect. It shows how much you like something. My dog licks plates, and everyone pats him and tells him he's a good boy. Lucky old Scout. I excused myself and hightailed it out of there, fixing to grab my jump rope and go outside. But Ma had other ideas. She poked her head inside my room. Seeing how you're done eating your supper, she said, you can get started cleaning this room of yours. It looks like a tornado went through here. Aw, Ma, I said, I like it this way. Everything's right where I can see it, instead of hiding away in drawers. Mom just gave me one of her looks, the kind that would burn a hole through an iron safe. While I was picking things up, Scout helped herself to my bed. She scrunched up in the covers and settled down for a snooze. Yeah, that never happens, does it, Scout? I scowled. Why don't you get out in the yard and go clean up your doghouse? I told Scout, but she just stretched and rolled over so I could scratch her belly. What a life she's got. No responsibilities, right, Scout? I finished my room, grabbed my jump rope, and headed for the back door, figuring to sneak out quietly before Ma could see me and think of something else for me to do, another chore or something. I had one foot out the screen door when Jack, that little tattletale, started yelling. Mom, he yelled, Ginny's going outside in her bare feet. Ginny May, Ma called, put some shoes on those feet. Pa's been hammering out back, and there's likely to be nails laying around. first thing, you'll go poking one through your foot. Shoot, Ma, I said. Shoes crowd my toes. Truth is, I didn't know where my shoes were now that my room was all cleaned. Don't argue with your Ma, Pa said. Go put on your shoes. I let go of the screen door. Scout must have heard it squeal, because all of a sudden, she streaked by. She almost knocked me over as she pushed it open and leaped outside. I sure didn't notice any shoes on her feet. Talk about unfair. Seems to me a dog's life is much better than mine. And the more I thought about it, the madder I got, till finally I sort of just boiled over. You treat Scout better than you treat me, I yelled, correcting my manners and making me work all the time. And I hate wearing shoes. I want to be a dog. Then, try as I might to hold them back, tears poured out of my eyes like a darn waterfall. Mom hurried over and laid her hand on my shoulder. Jack snickered, but Pa shut him up with a good look. Pa scratched his head. You want to be a dog? Yup, I said, sniffling. I sure do. There she is doing all those things that dogs do. Barking at cats, chasing them up a tree, digging holes in the backyard in the dirt, and just licking humans' faces, really doing nothing important. Red and me, Scout and me, taking a nap. You like to do that too. And that's how I, Ginny Mae Perkins, ended up sleeping in a doghouse and begging for scraps. Scout's real good about sharing, though. I think she's even given me some of her fleas. But I do miss Mom's cooking. Right now I hear pork chops sizzling through the open window. Mom must be getting dinner ready. Sure does smell good. Maybe she'll save me a bone with a little meat scrap left on it. Ooh, there's lots of black clouds coming our way. Looks like it might rain. I wonder if this doghouse leaks. Not so great being a dog now, huh? Pa says I can go back to being myself anytime. So maybe I'll just saunter on in and wash up for dinner. But if that brother of mine dares to say even one teensy little word, why, I might just haul off and bite him in the leg. And that's the end of the story. I wonder why that author wrote that story. Do you think that the author wrote that story to inform us about factual information? Do you think that the author wrote that story so that they would persuade us to share their opinion about something? Or do you think that that author wrote that story to entertain us and make us laugh? I think you're right. I think it's the third one. And during times like these, everybody can use a little laugh and a little sunshine. So I hope everybody's going to get outside today. Scouty and I might go for a really nice hike, and Scouty might be riding aboard a kayak later today since it's so nice out. Okay, until next time. Scout, say goodbye to the kids. Bye. You're a good pup, huh? Until